Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown, Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown, run!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome into the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the wide world of sports. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. Brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR's Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air, among many others on the show tonight. We'll talk about. Thank you so much to all of those out there. We couldn't do the show without you. A lot to talk about. Obviously, the Super Bowl this past Sunday, kind of a dud. But we'll talk about that a little bit. SEC basketball in full swing tonight. Man, there's some really great games going on right now. Auburn trying to rebound from a loss that they incurred on Saturday against Florida. They're up at the half, 34-32 on Vanderbilt. Yeah. Alabama to play a little bit later tonight in Austin to take on Texas. You got Florida and Mississippi State. You got Tennessee and Kentucky going on. Georgia and A&M a little bit later as well. A couple of games tomorrow night as well, too. Softball season kind of began this weekend. Baseball season begins this weekend. So, man, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, it's not all football related. There's still some football stuff out there. I can't go into it because they asked you not to it, but yesterday I got to go to the Yay Alabama post signing day, whatever, and just very interesting. Got to see all the coaches, and they all got up there and talked about who they recruited and talked about some of their stories, and very interesting. So it's good to still be involved with football because that still drives the train. But, you know, when you start, this is the first time ever that Alabama have met 1 versus 2 in anything coming up this weekend. I just saw that stat. I didn't know that. They'd never met 1 versus 2 in any other sport before.
Really?
I mean, it seems weird on the surface, but then what are the opportunities? I mean, football, the only one I can think in my lifetime, I mean, it was a 1 versus 4 in 2013. In 93, Auburn was – no, not 93. It must have been 94. 94, Auburn had that tie against Georgia right before they played Alabama, but I don't think Alabama was number 1 anyway, if I can't remember who was. But it's
probably Nebraska, or they ended up winning.
Could have been Nebraska. Could have been like, I guess, a Florida State or a Miami or a –
chances are Florida State was in the top 5.
But basketball, I mean, Alabama and Auburn haven't been number 1 very much, ever. So women's basketball, I mean, there wasn't a lot of crossover where they've both been good. Auburn went to 3 Final Fours like in the 80s, maybe early 90s. And then I know Alabama went to a Final Four somewhere in the 90s. But there hadn't been a lot of crossover baseball. They both made it to the College World Series a few times. But let me think. I can't even think of another sport. Golf, potentially?
Like
but it's not even the same thing.
2013 was like 1
and 4.
1 and 4. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. And, you know, when they said it was the first time it's ever happened in the SEC basketball history, I thought, well, you know, surely at some point in time you would have thought it would have been like Arkansas and Kentucky or maybe even South Carolina when they had some really good teams. But that's kind of surprising, but nonetheless, hey, it's a historic matchup coming up on Saturday with Auburn and Alabama. And technically, it is the oddest. I wonder, has it ever happened when number one met number one.
Yeah, that is weird too. And also the other weird thing is both these teams could come in on a losing streak. I mean, in a sense, I mean, if Auburn were to lose tonight, and they're up 4 now, but Alabama's got a tough game at Texas. Certainly no gimme. And both these teams could be coming in off a loss or two. I mean, it's a lot of wild stuff. I mean, game day's going to be there, and then the game is at 3, which usually for basketball, when game day is there, the game is at like 6 or 7 o'clock or whatever. So I'm glad it's at.
There's no chance this will be a good game.
Well, I'll tell you this.
With all these factors coming in,
I said this on the Locked On Bama podcast that, of course, as an Alabama fan, I want Auburn to lose every time they play in anything. I'd love to beat them by 40. All that's true. But there's part of me that's like, it would be so much better for the state if this is a good, tight, close game and Alabama wins on a tip-in, or, you can say Auburn wins on a tip-in, whatever. But I think nationally it would carry so much weight going forward. Like, hey, when these two get together, it's something magical is going to happen.
These two are the two best teams in the country.
Yeah.
I mean
it's a golden opportunity, and I do get on to Randy, one of our cohorts, all the time, because he always like, I'm in a dream world, and I'm like, quit saying that. I mean, Auburn's been good enough, long enough now, to where you don't need to say that anymore. Yeah. And Alabama fans, don't say that. Alabama's been one of the top 5 programs the last 5 years. Quit saying that you're in a dream. You're not in a dream world anymore. It's done. You're there. You've gotten over the hill. Now, have you won a national championship? No, but there are not a lot of teams that have.
No.
So it doesn't mean you aren't one of the top-tier programs. And these, right now, are the top 2 programs in the league, if not in the country. So,
well, certainly they are ranked number 1 and number 2 right now. And, again, I wonder, I'd like to know. I don't even know how you'd look that up. But has there ever been a number 1 versus number 1?
Well, I would assume in football, the UPI.
I'm just talking about in basketball.
I know in basketball, I don't know because, I guess they've always had a coaches poll.
Since those 2 polls existed, let's say.
Yeah.
But anyway, should be a lot of excitement for that game. I'm sure it will be a good atmosphere, and it will be hopefully a good game. We'll see what happens. I hope Auburn can pull this out. It's a 2-point game, 39-37 as I see it right now. So, Super Bowl was not. I don't know anybody that would be surprised really that Philadelphia won the game. Now, being up 34-0, that was a bit of a surprise.
Definitely a surprise. I was surprised that the viewership was up 3% from last year. Now, last year it was the Chiefs and 49ers. Mm-hmm. Is that right? So, I guess, like, to me, Philadelphia maybe being more East Coast, I always think of the East Coast and Middle America being more football-centric. I always do. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel that way. And so maybe that's why. And plus, I think people realize, okay, this time Mahomes might get beat, And
well, I just think somehow the NFL they don't ever lose fans. They always gain fans.
It is wild.
I mean, they went from 123 million to 100. I mean, I don't even know if that's accurate.
There's 127.7.
127 million people watch that thing. And how crappy was the game?
Well, the game sucks, but the Super Bowl does a great job of, and the NFL does, there's so much to gamble on all the time. You gamble on every aspect of the game. What's the longest field goal? Is it over under 43 yards? How many of field goals?
Who wins the coin
toss?
Who wins
the coin toss? How long is the national anthem? Will there be a safety? They have everything you can possibly imagine. It's overwhelming. But it keeps you engaged. And it is a one-off. There's nothing else even competes with it anymore. Like, there's nobody that's even trying to do anything else of substance while the Super Bowl's on.
Yeah.
It makes no sense because that's the thing everybody watches. I mean, the World Series, you can have some of the same bets, but it doesn't carry the same weight because it goes over a 7-game stretch potentially. Same thing with NBA Finals. I mean, the only thing that kind of compares to is probably March Madness, maybe that first weekend where everybody's checking their brackets. That's the only thing that kind of gets in the same stratosphere. But that's a several-game event, not just a one-off. And, the game stunk. I mean, I frankly went to bed before the game was over. And the game just wasn't a lot of fun to watch. It also didn't help that I had to attend a memorial service earlier that day for a relative. So, it sort of put a damper on it.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
And I didn't go anywhere to watch it or anything like that. I was just sort of like, hey, I'm going to try and chill and watch this.
Well, I had some folks over, and, we watched the game. It was, the 23 yards total in the first half for the Chiefs, it was just completely overwhelming. The defensive line for Philadelphia, that was a little surprising, but hey, good for them, good for Jalen Hurts.
Very happy for Jalen. Very happy for
even for Auburn fans. I think they look at him and go, "Yeah, okay."
Well, you just think about Jalen Hurts and the story of Hurts, where he grows up in Texas. He's a Texas fan, wants to go to Texas, and they basically say, we're just not going to take it. Well, Nick Saban comes in, takes a shot at him, but he's not the most well thought of quarterback in that class. The first game in 2016 against USC, you got two other guys that come in and try to make something happen against a USC team that frankly wasn't that great. And then Jalen Hurts comes in and he just sort of sets the world on fire, and he just goes on that whole time. He goes undefeated all the way to the national championship game, plays Clemson, scores with about a minute and a half left, and a defense that was one of Nick Saban's best just happened to go up against Deshaun Watson and Hunter Renfrow, and it was just a bad combo, and they drive it all the way down the field. Now, the next year he gets, he progressively gets worse, it seems like. And then it sort of culminated in the Iron Bowl where he didn't play well at all. And then he goes to Clemson and in the semifinal game, doesn't play well, but Alabama wins. So you're like, well, we can't really make a change. And I'll never forget going to the practice in between the Clemson game and the Georgia game that year for the national championship and seeing Tua throw the ball in practice going, my God, we've got to get this guy on the field. And then, of course, he stinks up first half. Tua saves the game. Then, of course, he goes 18, wins the SEC title game. I said this the other day that 2018, I've been to the 92 championship, been to all the championship games Alabama's been to since 92. I've been to several SEC title games. Went to the one in 92 with the Langham interception. Been to a lot of great games, seen a lot of great moments. That 2018 SEC title game is still the one that'll give me chills every time when he comes in for Tua. And it's all set up. It's the same team in the same venue, basically the same thing, except you're going in this time because he's hurt. And he leads them back to a win. And he does it, passing the ball, and he scores the final touchdown like the Jalen Hurts way running the ball. The guy has led both, it was on the precipice of being tragic. His career so many times.
Yeah.
And every time he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. He's the kind of guy you just got to root for no matter what.
Up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Why don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin. Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout Central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
I'm Karen Chanel, your State Farm agent in Alexander City, Alabama, and the greater Lake Martin area. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your discounts. How many of you are entitled to discounts that you may or may not be receiving? One of the easiest discounts on your homeowner's insurance is that of having a fire extinguisher. Coupled with a deadbolt lock and a smoke alarm, that gives you an automatic discount on your homeowner's policy.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Thanks to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to have lunch or dinner right here in downtown Alexander City. Go and check them out one day this week. You'll be glad that you did. Great food, great atmosphere, great people there. JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Since we're on the topic of the Super Bowl, the halftime shows, always a, big topic of conversation. A lot of opinions about it. I think it seemed like generally everybody was kind of disappointed, maybe. Obviously, it's not my thing. I'm fine with it if you want to do it, but I was just like, okay.
I thought it was underwhelming considering he had just won 5 Grammys, considering he is believed to be the best rapper on earth right now. At the moment,
is that a thing?
I mean, most people say he's the best rapper out there right now. Now, I mean, you could always, your default's probably always Eminem.
Okay.
But I think Kendrick Lamar is certainly in there. The one thing that maybe some of the symbolism rubs some people the wrong way too. I'm not looking at it from that point of view as much as I just thought, I guess I expected a little more showmanship. There just wasn't the very beginning when like all those people were coming out of the one car. That was pretty cool.
The clown.
But then that was like the highlight. That was it sort of dropped. And then of course when the whole crowd did the A minor part for the song Dissing Drake, that was also, I mean, I was thinking, boy, Drake's got to be back at the house like, oh my God, how am I going to get out of this? Because like you can't top that. I mean, what are you going to do? That was pretty cool. But overall, I just didn't think it was a fine show. It wasn't great. And it probably went on a little long too. I mean, all the Super Bowl halftime shows go on a little long, except, And the problem is people always compare it to some of the great one, like the Prince halftime show to me is the best of all time. You know, it's raining, he's singing Purple Rain, he's in high heels, he's on a slippery stage, he's playing electric guitar. Everybody's like, he's going to die. And he just made it work. Like, I don't know that there'll be another one of those, but I just, look, Kendrick Lamar is a really hot name right now. I get why the NFL did it. But it sort of landed with it was sort of like the Super Bowl itself. Yeah. Like everybody watched it and everybody maybe has an opinion on it, but for the most part, it was kind of a dud compared to what you expected.
And commercials, those are obviously another big topic of conversation. Did you have a favorite?
I didn't.
I didn't see there.
I didn't see that many.
There weren't a lot of really good ones that kind of impressed. The one with the tongue was just gross.
The one with
weird.
The one with Seal being a seal was stupid.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. They tried to do the Dunkin' Donut again. I mean, you can only really do that once, right?
Well, apparently that one got good reviews. I mean, I watched it on YouTube later and just thought, maybe all this Boston humor is flying over my head. You know, I would assume that, you know, Larry the Cable Guy doesn't hit it big in Boston either. So, I mean, when you try and do a bunch of Boston humor to the Southern audience, it may not work as well.
That's true. Now, the key, I mean, you obviously Pfizer and Bud Light are trying to remake their image a little bit, rehabilitate themselves. You know, the little kid running, I mean, let's beat cancer. Yeah, we may have killed a lot of people, but still, we're a good company. Okay, and Bud Light finally okay, we get the message. We're not apologizing, but we're trying to gain back some of the millions of people that we have lost because of our sales have tanked. So, those were kind of predictable. You could probably see that coming.
Well, getting Shane Gillis to be a spokesman now, who's sort of
and Peyton Manning.
Shane Gillis is Peyton Manning's as safe as you can be for an advertiser, and Shane Gillis is the kind of guy they may have taken a little bit of a gamble on. Like, what is the opposite of whoever that dude was? I don't even know what the person's name. The female that's he or the she that's male.
Who is Shane Gillis?
He's a comedian, and he's pretty good.
He got kicked off Saturday Night Live.
Well, he got kicked off as a writer, and I don't know exactly what he did, but he's got a lot of good bits. He actually has, football ended racism in the South, and he talks about how, in the South, he said, I was watching a documentary on Alabama football, and it was all about this 1971 team, and everybody was out there, and all those white players, and then USC, they bring in their team, and they've got several African-American players on it, and they kick Alabama's butt. And then Bear Bryant, he said after the game, his speech was, all right, y'all come on. We got to have something too. I mean, we can't just be all white out here. We're going to get our butts kicked every time. And he was like, that's what it took to end racism. He said it's like Remember the Titans. He said the whole premise of that movie was forever and ever and ever is we can't let African Americans in our school. And then they were like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God, the high school team's 4-0. Okay, they're our brothers. He was like, football ended racism. And he's sort of got a point. I mean, for our generation, is long past, but I mean, for older generations, it probably works a little bit. But he's a funny dude. Now, he can get a little controversial at times. He's got some family members that actually have Down syndrome, and he's like, you can tell it nicked me, and he talks about that a lot. And I think he's pretty funny, but he's also kind of the Americana guy now.
And he was he kind of needled Saban a little bit on game day.
He did. Well, he did. And because he is a Notre Dame fan, he's from that area. He's from Pennsylvania, I think. And, you know, he doesn't mind taking his shots where he can get them. He's just, you know, he's funny. He can be a little bit over the top at times. But I think that's why he got in trouble at Saturday Night Live. Like, sometimes he didn't know where the line is. He just goes a step or two beyond it. But he has another thing about how, you know, that he talks about he said, I'm looking at my audience, I'm seeing a bunch of young white guys out in my audience. He said, but like in 10 years, y'all will all be watching Fox News. That's what happens. He said, right now, you're going to be, you have early onset Republican. It's pretty funny. I mean, he can be a little controversial, but that's why I'm saying, like, Bud Light decided, okay, we went with, and I can't for the life of me remember the person's name. I don't want to misuse a pronoun, for God's sake. But
that's over, buddy.
That's over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trump got elected.
We did away with pronoun. Okay. So you have Shane Gillis, who's a bit of a risky kind of like underbelly Americana guy, and then you have Peyton Manning, who is like the straight lace. I mean, who doesn't love him kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. And so they were able to pull that off, and I think they're getting some folks back. It may be slow, but I think they're getting some back.
We'll see. All right, we got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by Sunshine Heating and Air. Give them a call today for all your heating and cooling needs. Kevin Kill and his crew will be happy to come and help you out with all of your needs. Thank you so much to them for their sponsorship of the show. Excuse me. The SEC, what? What's so funny?
That was just such a long pause. It was so like 1950s Mad Men, Hitchcockian, like, excuse me.
That's a good thing, right?
But nobody does it anymore.
Okay, well, that's why I do it. Because I'm trying to bring it back. Auburn pulling out to a 9-point lead with about to go to the free throw line as well. So maybe they will be pulling away. 9 minutes still to go in this one. So I would expect another run from Vanderbilt before this is over for sure. Also, let's see, the SEC tonight, what can you update on the other games?
Yeah, okay, so Florida has taken a 17-point lead at Mississippi State.
Wow, that kind of happened. That escalated
quickly. Kentucky's up 3 on Tennessee, and then Purdue's up 8 at Michigan. That's a big game. And look, Purdue's another one of those teams that they're probably going to end up with a 2 seed, if not a 1. And Iowa State and UCF, Iowa State is up 12, and Kansas up 5 at Arizona up 5 at Kansas State.
Okay. Alabama at Texas tonight. What is your thoughts on that one? That one's about to tip off about 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, look, this is a brutal stretch for Alabama. This is the third of 3 non-ranked teams in a row, but all the teams they played are pretty good. Like Arkansas was just beginning to turn it on.
Right.
And Alabama gets a big lead and they sort of let it whittle away and they end up winning. But
they're about to play like 6 straight ranked teams.
After this Texas game. And Texas, look, Texas is 15-9. But according to all metrics, they have like an 88% chance to make the tournament. That's a big deal. Like already with 9 losses. So then they play Auburn. They play Auburn twice. They got Mississippi State, who's ranked. Now, Mississippi State may not be ranked anymore after this debacle tonight. They've got Kentucky, who's obviously ranked. They travel to Tennessee, who's projected to be a top seed. They've got Florida coming in, who obviously is pretty doggone good and even very good on the road. And I think there's one more game in there I'm missing. But I said Mississippi State, Kentucky, Auburn twice, Tennessee, Florida. That may be it. That's enough.
That's enough. Yeah.
That's enough.
But the matchup with Texas, I mean, you think –
well, Texas has got, one specific player who's very good, who actually had a great game against Auburn. He's liable to go for 30. And, I think this is going to be like a Josh Hubbard situation.
I think he went for 6 the next night.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes some of these guys, they just have a special night against special teams. And it wouldn't shock me if he had a big night tonight, because Josh Hubbard at Mississippi State had 38 against Bama. Look, if Alabama can just squeak out of there with a 1-point win, I'll take it.
Okay. You look at the rankings in the SEC, it's fairly ridiculous how this continues to be the case. And you would think maybe, at the beginning of the year, all talks about that. But as the year went on, you thought, well, this is going to kind of work itself out. But 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 15. 19, 21.
People are just think you're saying numbers now, right?
I mean, this is all SEC teams.
I know. Okay, you should have led with that.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. But it is. It's a ridiculous conference this year. Very good. And look, here's the thing: Alabama and Auburn each only have one loss in this conference, but how many close calls have they had? I mean, you think about the South Carolina game was close for Auburn, I know. The Georgia game was close. Texas was close. Tennessee was close. For Alabama, I mean, they squandered a 20-something point lead against Arkansas, squandered a big lead against Mississippi State, lost to Ole Miss. Yeah, they've been a lot of but Vandy had the lead in the second half.
Yeah.
Now Auburn's taking it out to a 9-point lead, but I'm saying, man, this league's just something else. I mean,
and 2 losses have been at home.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I knew Auburn was going to lose a game, but I was thinking it was going to be a road game, one of these tough road games. But it really, I mean, it was a 9-point loss, but it was not that close.
No, it felt like Florida was always in control.
It's not just that you could lose these games; it's that you could get run off the floor.
Yeah,
against a lot of different teams.
Yeah, and just a lot of talent. I mean, Georgia's got that. Asa Newell's about as good as anybody in this league as a freshman. I mean, he's as hard to stop in the post. He's Janai Broome notwithstanding, but I mean, I think we can all agree Asa Newell will be a better pro. And if Asa Newell was in college 4 years, I think he'd be a better player. But as a true freshman, that guy's ridiculous.
He's good.
Texas's freshman, ridiculous. The one team, I guess maybe 2 teams, LSU and South Carolina, like they just don't have any firepower, it seems like. Then there's, Arkansas's got some dudes.
Yeah.
They got some players. They just
they'll get better.
And Boogie Flan's out for the year, so that hurt them. But, everybody's got play. Josh Hubbard, when Josh Hubbard's hot, he's as good as anybody in the country.
Yeah.
And that guy's got that jump shot, that Clyde Drexler, shoot it at the top of his jump shot that is hard to stop. And he's built. I mean, he's muscular, gets to the rack. Florida obviously is. I mean, Florida goes into Auburn, beats the number 1 team in a raucous environment when everybody was camping out without their second best player. I mean, that's how good this league is.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's take another break. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
This is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone, 256-750-0381, or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. We did mention it is going to be a matchup between Auburn and Alabama on Saturday. What do you think about that matchup between these two two teams? Obviously, they're very different, but their styles of play are very different, but it should be a very interesting clash.
I think Auburn will get out and run. And if Alabama can get them to get out and run more often, I think that behooves Alabama. Auburn thrives off live ball turnovers, and Alabama is prone to give up a lot of live ball turnovers. So if Alabama wants to win this game, they will cut those down. That's one thing Florida did that led to their victory. So, whoever loses, it's like my buddy Jimmy Stein says, whoever loses this game still could win the national championship.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
when you look at it, I mean, legitimate national championship contenders.
100%.
I mean, look, I'm talking about like of the top 10, or I mean, Auburn, Alabama, certainly, Duke, Florida.
I think Purdue's in there.
Do you think Tennessee?
I don't think Tennessee is.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they can shoot.
Houston,
definitely.
Yeah. Texas A&M, number 8.
I think they can make a run. I don't think they can win it all.
St. John's, ooh, watch out.
Let me tell you something. They're pretty good. Now, they don't have, you think of him and you think of Billy Donovan and the shooters or whatever. They don't have those kind of shooters, I don't think, but they got big dudes who will get after you. They're big everywhere.
I'm telling you, man, he's
just a good coach.
He may be the best coach. I mean, him and Krzyzewski are like 1-1. I mean, in our generation. I mean, John Wooden's obviously. I don't know how you. I mean, you get the best players, you do pretty good, but. You still got to be a pretty good coach. But how about Iowa State?
I think Iowa State could.
Definitely. Michigan State. I haven't watched them play much.
I don't think they're good enough. I really don't.
Really? Why not?
There's something about them that just doesn't seem to be there. Like the Richardson kid is good. I think his name Jackson. What is his name? But anyway, he's good and he can be a star. But I don't think they've got like that surefire score. Like if things go wrong, who do you get the ball to sort of turn the tide?
Right. Texas Tech.
I don't think so.
Arizona.
No.
And I think that's. I mean, like Memphis, Kentucky. I don't think any of those teams are going to. So, you got like 10 teams, 10, 11, 12 teams that are.
And there'll be somebody in the Final Four probably that shouldn't be there. Like even last year, NC State didn't need to be there.
There'll be a smaller school.
Yeah.
A Cinderella.
Yeah. Like if you told me the tournament was just made up of those 10 teams we talked about, that'd be a hell of a tournament.
It would be very good.
I mean, I don't need any Loyola Chicagos. I just don't. I just don't need them in my life. I need good quality stuff.
I mean, Cinderellas are they go to the Sweet 16, and that's fine. You don't want them in the Final Four. I mean, you've got who was the Jim Larinaga team?
Oh,
the George Masons.
Yeah, George
that
Mason.
make it occasionally, but I mean that's like super rare that they ever make it to the Final Four. So I wouldn't expect that to happen.
I mean, I don't want it to. And again, I get so tired. I started dawning on me like, why don't we call them Cinderella? Cinderella was the hot one anyway. It's those ugly stepsisters. Yeah, they had the money or whatever, but they were ugly. I mean, I think if the prince had even seen her washing the floors, he'd be like, yeah, let's clean her up a little bit. Get her over to the castle.
Yeah.
I don't want that wart nose thing over at my house.
No, yeah, that was not good for sure.
Plus, I mean, she's a little humble. Maybe she's down to party.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe.
I think Cinderella would be down to party. If you were Prince Charming, is it Prince Charming or is that Prince something else? Or Prince Charming was Sleeping Beauty, maybe, right? Doesn't matter.
I can't remember.
If you were the prince and you were just going door to door, I mean, first of all, how lazy is he? Just bring all the women over here. Let me just pick one.
And you've been dealing with
Bachelor.
feet all day.
Yeah, you've been Well, he wasn't. He had somebody do it. That's the smartest thing he did. And those ugly stepsisters, those size 13 and a halves, he was trying to squeeze those things in with some WD-40 and a shoehorn. Yeah. I mean, and they were like, who the heck wears a glass slipper, though? Yeah. And why didn't it turn back?
Got to be uncomfortable.
Why didn't it turn back to whatever it was?
That's a good question.
There are a lot of holes in the Cinderella story.
I'm beginning to say that. Not one of my favorite ones. But anyway, Auburn out to a 73-59 lead now. So I got 438 to go. So I'm probably a little behind. But
yeah, you mean on the game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Among other things. All right. Alabama and Texas, we already mentioned that. How about did you watch any of the you don't keep up with softball?
I didn't watch much softball, no. Yeah. I mean, it's too early. They play 152 games or something. I mean, something ridiculous.
It's about 50.
I know Alabama beat Washington, but then they got hammered by Arizona, and but that doesn't mean much right now. So
yeah, Alabama played some real teams in the first weekend. Most of these teams don't play anybody. Auburn played a bunch of lesser teams and did win all of them. So the Malveaux era got off to a nice start.
I did see they were behind at Appalachian State, and they
came back
won in extras or something.
Yeah, won in 9 innings. Yeah, had 2 close games and 3 games that were blowouts. So they'll go to Clearwater, Florida, this weekend and play a little bit better competition. I think they'll play Clemson and maybe I can't remember. Maybe Arizona.
Arizona's good now.
Oh, yeah.
They're always good. Arizona's all those former Pac-12 teams are pretty good.
I forget former. Yeah, how about Oklahoma and Texas in the SEC this year? It's going to be interesting.
In softball, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in baseball too. I mean, aren't they both pretty good in baseball? I don't know. Baseball starts this weekend. And
Texas used to be really good. Oklahoma, so.
I do like college baseball. It is the one sport where you kind of go down there and there's not a ton of pressure to win. You certainly hope they win, but it's really more like I just want to get out of the house. And softball is pretty intense. Yeah. Because it's 7 innings, it's very condensed. But college baseball is sort of like, okay, they scored, all right, we'll try and get it back. And if not, I'll just get some more peanuts. And, we'll just go back to the house and no traffic.
No, that's true.
I mean, it's pretty easy. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's going to be juxtaposed against 1 versus 2 this weekend in basketball.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, that's a tough match.
And so I guess Alabama's got a home slate of baseball this weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, they played Bradley.
Just him?
Okay. I don't know how. Well, it's like the king in his court. Bradley plays all positions. All right, let's take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hello, this is Little Mo right here with you from DLR Us Auto Sales. At DLR Us, we have multiple sedans and SUVs. Come see us at 33445 US Highway 280, Childersburg, Alabama 35044. Call us at 256-267-3257. Let's make a deal, people. Our down payment is based on $500 down. With the approval of credit, we make it happen. We work with you. We got the choice for you, and we make the right deal.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Alexander City Arts Council is thrilled to bring exceptional performances to our community. February 13th, comedian Rex Havens performs his one-man, family-friendly show, Women and Children First. The season closes March 12th with Emmett Cahill performing Irish classics and the best of traditional Irish repertoire, as well as Broadway hits. Save the dates for Women and Children First on February 13th and Emmett Cahill on March 12th. Visit alexcityarts.org for ticket info.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to the to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Almost said it again. How about 76, 62 now? Auburn pulling away. What field storming or has been court storming, field storming in football. $850,000 worth of fines just to Vanderbilt.
They got it.
Storming the floor. Doesn't look like it's going to be a
an issue
problem tonight. But $2.6 million in fines that the SEC has given its schools over, I guess, I don't know if that's this year, I guess.
Probably.
Now, Vanderbilt has said, look, enough's enough. So we're going to create when we have a big win, you can come out on the court. We're going to have this, Corey, I guess, whatever, some kind of celebration on the court. You can come out there, but you got to let the referees and the other team get off the court.
It's just it's a safety issue. It's so stupid. I've been saying this for you don't want to have any fun. No, there are too many crazy people out there now. You can't do this anymore. I don't care how cool it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You just can't do it anymore. I would say it if it happened anywhere. It's just stupid. Let the players get off the court.
Well, you get
Let the coaches get off the court.
When that kid from Duke, got hurt, but hurt his knee, or he was out for the year, wasn't he, or something like so. Somebody doing it in basketball, somebody could get hurt. Doing it in football stadium, somebody could get killed.
And one of them could be the fan.
Oh yeah.
Everybody talks about the Jermaine Burton thing. You have no idea, at the Tennessee game, you have no idea what was said to him. You have no idea what provoked him. And I'm certainly not defending it. I'm just saying it should never be an option. Why? I mean, obviously, Jermaine Burton's got his own set of, he's just evicted from the second place in Cincinnati. So he's got his own set of problems. But therein lies my point. You're letting a bunch of crazed, probably inebriated maniacs run on the field.
But how do you stop it?
I don't know. I don't get paid to figure that out.
Do you say you're going to forfeit the game?
I don't know.
I mean, do you go that far?
Well, the game's
Can you
over.
do that?
The game's over.
That's what I mean.
So I wouldn't do that. But I would say look, if you find somebody enough, they'll quit doing it.
Fans ain't paying it.
But no, then what they will do is say, this is what will happen. Just like anything else. It's just like, Walgreens in California. Like, they said, okay, there's no more laws again. If you steal under $700, so everybody was stealing $699.99.
Yeah.
So they said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lock up everything we got. And guess who paid for that? They did. But they paid for it on the front end. The back end, the customers, the people who do right end up paying for it. See, the people who have season tickets aren't the idiots running on the field. They aren't the morons running out there and shaking shakers in players' faces and shooting them birds. They aren't doing that. It's the ones that buy the ticket on a Ticketmaster or whatever, or get a ticket from a friend, and they're too young and they're too dumb and they get drunk and they run down there and they might say something or do something that gets them or somebody they're with hurt. So what you do as a university is you say, okay, if this happens, now if this happens, we've had enough cases where if this happens, we might be liable for this. So we have to just set up something so you can't do that anymore. And everybody.
Wasn't it Missouri? Was it the Missouri-Troy game that the guy from Missouri punched the fan? You remember that?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, he decked him.
And I'm kind of for it. If you run out on the field and get decked, tough.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care who you are.
It's like swimming in the ocean and getting bitten by a shark. I mean, that's where
they live. And look, and I say this knowing that the young lady from Mountain Brook is like, what a warrior, what a badass, all those things. But it is the ocean. There are things in there that can hurt you.
Yeah.
And I say this also as a guy who's swam in the ocean a gazillion times and by the grace of God hadn't been bitten. But I'm not going to sit here and blame the sharks for being sharks or blaming a snake for being a snake. But I am going to blame, if the universities now, if somebody gets hurt, I think it's on the universities.
Oh, again, I mean, it comes down to the conference too, I guess. The conference is the one doling out the fines to the university.
I bet you, look, the SEC can make it a fine enough where they say, all right, Vandy, I mean, y'all have, there was an article in ESPN about how Vandy has sort of found a way to embrace the court storming thing. Okay. The SEC ought to say, all right, if you think you found a way to embrace it, what amount of money will make you not embrace it? If it's not $100,000, if it's not $500,000, will 2.5 do it? And I bet you Vandy would stop it quick. They will figure out a way to do it, and they will have essentially $2.49 million to figure out how to do it, because they'll be like, if we put up something for 2.49, it's better than paying the 2.5 fine going forward.
I mean, people sneeze at $850,000 now.
They do,
but that's a lot of money. Did you? And I think the amount goes to the other team, doesn't it?
I think here's what you do if you're the SEC, maybe, or another way to do it would say, all right, you enjoy court storming. We're going to make it where your court storms are something and few and far between, because maybe we just make it where you can't your NIL is cut in half for the next 3 years.
Yeah, that would.
Now, somebody may say you can't legally do that. Maybe you can't. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm spitballing here because I think it's so dumb to allow people on the court or field. I can't tell. I mean, look, go check out YouTube right now. Not right now, watch us. But after this, go watch YouTube and just go down a rabbit hole of parents at various games. I went down a rabbit hole of parents at soccer games. I don't know how many of y'all are out there, and I say this with my full chest. If you're out there and you've gotten in a fight with an official at any game, any time, going to see your kid, get help. But there are a lot of people out there who are doing that. A lot of people. And YouTube's the proof. It's right there. And they're just people just being idiots. And, I mean, it's just so dumb. And so if you think those people are out there, then you know, and they probably aren't drinking at their kids' Saturday morning soccer game. They could be. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying it probably doesn't happen. Think about the people that are getting drunk in Knoxville or in Nashville or in Baton Rouge or in anywhere. And I'm not picking on any of those places. I'm just saying it could happen anywhere.
Yeah.
And then storming the field with a bunch of dudes who are either emotionally elated or completely and dejected and sad and mad, and they want to take it out on somebody. And you come charging at them, yelling obscenities and maybe other things, and then you get decked and it's their fault?
Yeah. No. Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you. And on that note, decking a fan or a player. We'll take a break. Don't worry, we'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your express way to saving.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. About another hour left in tonight's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Talked a lot about the Super Bowl in the first hour, and Auburn going to hold on and take care of Vandy tonight. Alabama just starting with Texas out there in Austin. Some other great games, look like Kentucky is
they'll beat Tennessee, it looks like, for the second time this year.
Tennessee, what, they're like, what, 4 losses now in this year? Or 5?
Yeah, I think it's 5 or 6.
Maybe 5, yeah, 5 or 6, okay. So, and yet still in the top 10?
Well, I mean, it also shows there's a bunch of teams that are, again.
All the teams they've lost to are good, don't get me wrong.
There's a bunch of pretty good teams this year, I think. I don't think there's any, including Alabama and Auburn, I don't think either one of them I'd consider greatness. I'd consider them very good. Like, for this year, they're great, for sure. But I think we're seeing that there's certainly some very good teams out there, but they all seem to have flaws.
Yeah, every team's got flaws, that's for sure.
It was their 5th loss.
Okay.
In conference.
All right. How about things going on in the NFL? Aaron Rodgers not going to be back with the Jets. Think he retires, or think he should retire?
I don't know. He might have too much pride to retire on that note, you know. I don't like Aaron Rodgers necessarily, but I like to watch him play. He's really good.
Yeah.
He was doomed as the Jets quarterback because everybody's doomed as the Jets quarterback.
Well, I mean, and I saw the conversation the other day. They were like, "Well, where would he go?" And there are always teams in the NFL that need a quarterback, and they're like, Cleveland needs a quarterback. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you want to do. Go from the Jets to the Browns.
The Titans. I mean, don't they need a quarterback? I mean, you don't have a lot of.
But I mean, if you're just going to go to another sorry team, what's the point?
Well, but that's the thing, right? If you're going to a good team, they already have a good quarterback. I mean, I can't name a team that's good in the NFL that doesn't have a pretty good quarterback. I mean, maybe go to Pittsburgh.
Well.
But they still they owe Russell Wilson a lot of money.
But how about like the Falcons?
Well, the Falcons are not going. They're not going.
They got a young quarterback, but they got
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but he's no good.
Well, right, and he stunk it up this year. But they're either going to go stick with Cousins, who they owe a lot of money to, or go with a new guy. That's what they're going to do. And then you say, well, what about the Raiders? Well, the Raiders just got rid of his dance partner, Devontae Adams. Number one, number two. They're not any good. The Chargers have a quarterback. I guess the 49ers do with Brock Purdy. I mean, I guess they do. Arizona is not giving up on Kyler Murray to bring in Aaron Rodgers. I mean, and I think his ego probably doesn't want him to go out this way, but his ego probably doesn't want to allow him to be the wise old backup that, teaches the newbie, the young grasshopper.
Right.
He's not going to do that.
Not going to do that. What about any other big trades in the NFL? I don't know. I mean,
you are strong the struggle bus.
Straws here.
How about Luka Doncic going to the Lakers?
Well, yeah, I saw that. I mean, not that I really watch NBA right now, but it seemed like an odd thing.
I think
kind of out of
Dallas
nowhere.
I think management got a little tired of Doncic, is what it sounds like. Like he had some weight fluctuations, and he is a pretty cool player to watch. I mean, he's just, when he's on, he's like crazy
weight
good.
Fluctuations, was that the problem?
Yeah, I think that was some problems. Yeah,
he's a maybe a
little pudgy.
Boy.
Maybe a little pudgy.
But I didn't realize he was as young as that. He's like,
yeah. Guess what? He's younger than Chad Baker-Mazara.
Wow.
Or like they're at their exact same age. I mean,
okay. And Chad Baker-Mazara might be back at Auburn next year.
I hope all the Auburn people are like, I'm tired of all these old people being around. I keep the same energy when he's around at age 26. That is, I mean, look, that is sort of screwed up. I mean, we got to fix that. We just got to fix that. We can't. you just can't. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not right that somebody can be 26 playing with 18-year-olds. It's just something's not right about it. Now, maybe, but I mean, I'd say that for guys who were 28, 29 doing it. I mean, it's just silly.
I guess I can understand if you want to say, you played in junior college and that's completely different than, Division I maybe. But so are we going to say at some point, well, I played 4 years of Division II, but that shouldn't count. I should be able to play 4 years of Division I. I mean, where's the line? I mean, we got guys that are 30 years old playing in college. We just like, well, let me just have a 10-year career in college.
Well, and I guess they would be like, hey, and I can make plenty of money here.
Yeah.
If I just keep playing. And I mean, in a way, it's not even in a way. That is just 100% correct.
But you got to completely divest it from academics in school.
I mean, I would think
it's
so.
almost that way anyway, but
it's not almost that way. It practically is that way. I mean, it just like is. Now, I'll say this again. When I went to the Yay Alabama thing yesterday, there's Deontay Lawson and Parker Brailsford and Keon Sabb. And look, Alabama's smart. If I'm not going to call out any names, but if they got dudes who aren't very smart, they're not going to put them up there on stage to meet all the Yay Alabama folks and Red Elephant Club. They're not going to do that. But these guys were all what I think of as like college students. They embodied college. They talked about how much they love, being here, and they talked about their days, and the classes were mentioned in that, in this itinerary that they had. And Parker Brailsford was really cool. He was like, he has got this afro that's just magical. It's like this big, right? And it was just kind of funny to hear him say, he said, yeah, I want to be a barber. That's what I want to be. I want to cut. I want to like own several barbershops. That's his thing. And I thought it was cool because I was like, when I was his age, I had no idea what the heck I was going to do. I didn't even think about it. I mean, it didn't dawn on me. And here he is. He's already got like a vision. He's like, yeah, I've already scoped out some ideas, know what I want to do. And you would think, okay, maybe he's going to play in the NFL. Maybe so. But after that, he wants to do this. Like he doesn't look at football as I'm defined by it. He looked at, I have something else I want to do, and football is helping me get there, which I appreciated. But that, to me, is the college side of things. That's the cool stuff. All this, and again, I'm going to be there Saturday. I'm going to be rooting as hard as anybody and all this other stuff. But, the one-and-done things and the constant transferring, it grinds on you, man.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like this show. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, watercraft, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proving KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on iconic Kawasaki jet ski personal watercraft, or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard today, or see all the Kawasaki products at adamsmotorsports.com, where your pleasure is our business.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SCC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands, from drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Only about 45 more minutes left in tonight's show. Give us a call, 256-234-6221. What's the chances Chiefs make 4 straight Super Bowls?
Oh, I don't think they do. I really don't. I think we saw a lot of their flaws.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Xavier Worthy, explosive, but other than that, I thought their wide receivers okay.
Think Kelsey
Hopkins
retires.
okay. Kelsey, I mean, I don't know if he retires or not, but and look, it's not like he's still not good. He's still very good, but they seem to lack some explosiveness throughout the year. You know, running game is very meh, and look, I think it's easy to say, well, the formula to beat them is an incredible defensive line. Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Just go get you
incredible
one.
defensive
Just
line.
go get you one. Yeah. So anyway, I don't think they make it. I hope they don't, because I mean, I'd like to see somebody like a Baltimore. I'd love to see Lamar Jackson get in there. I'd love like Derrick Henry to come back and have. I think that would have been a much better game, Baltimore and the Eagles this year. That would have been a great game.
Probably so. I think any 2 teams probably would have been. Of course, I don't know. I mean, if
the Eagles
played like that, it wouldn't have been much game against anybody. But yeah, I got a way too early here, 2025 All-American.
Okay. Just so long as it's way too early.
Number 1 on the list is Cape Klubnik.
This from ESPN?
Yeah.
I saw that. I mean, I think it's either him or Garrett Nussmeier, right? And they play each other first game.
Second team's Arch Manning.
Come on. Come on. I mean, how much faith do you have in this guy?
A lot, apparently.
I mean, Garrett Nussmeier, okay, maybe Arch wins it. Then you're just – what you're doing now is really wish casting, because – I don't see how you look at him and say, oh, I know he's going to be better than Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, at Garrett Nussmeier, they just brought in 2 really good wide receivers, too, like Oklahoma's number 1 guy and somebody else's number 1 guy. I can't remember who, Kentucky's.
Okay.
Berrien Brown. I don't know. I feel like that's throwing stuff against the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame.
I think that's probably an easy choice. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. Nicholas Singleton from Penn State. He's
also good.
Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State. That's a no-brainer.
Okay, yeah, he's pretty good.
They got Ryan Williams on here from Alabama.
Pretty good.
the offensive linemen, you don't know who they are, do you?
I do. I mean, I do, but I don't know if everybody finds it super interesting.
Spencer Fano from Utah. Who?
Well, and I think the backup to him in that is Caden Proctor from Alabama, isn't it?
Okay.
The backup, the second team All-American.
Right, yeah, it is. Jake Slaughter from Florida.
Yeah.
How about all-purpose Desmond Reed from Pittsburgh?
I'll take your word on that one.
Peter Woods from Clemson, and T.J. Parker from Clemson.
And then the other defensive lineman is L.T. Overton.
Yeah.
And how about this? I mean, Peter Woods and the T.J. Parker, both from Alabama, the state.
The state of Alabama.
And they both get out of the state and go to Clemson.
Dylan Stewart from South Carolina.
He's ridiculous. He's a specimen.
5-star recruit. I guess you got to give Coach credit for that. I mean,
Shane Beamer?
Yeah, Shane Beamer.
And Nick Harbor, also on that team, also just an Adonis. Yeah.
Anthony Hill from Texas.
He's incredible.
Is there anybody that's not incredible on here? Sun Terrain?
I think it's Suntaran Perkins.
Suntaran?
Also, I like him a lot.
Perkins from Ole Miss.
Like him a lot.
Jermaine McCoy from Tennessee.
I don't know as much about him.
Struck it rich in the portal when he brought forward from Oregon State. So, Caleb Downs, shocker. Yeah. How about they got a Chandler Rivers from Duke as a second team cornerback.
I don't know. Take your word for it.
Somebody from Duke being
take your word for it.
You take about Rod Moore from Michigan.
Don't know much about him either.
Don't know much. Brett Thompson, the kicker or punter from Georgia.
You know they got to put a Georgia guy on there.
That shockingly, now that I think about it, that's the only Georgia guy that I saw on the list. That's
interesting.
That's actually very surprising.
Well, Georgia's going to be an interesting case next year. They've got quarterback battle brewing. They brought in some good wide receivers. They obviously have good players along the line, but I mean they don't have some of the guys that starred like in that Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl.
Yeah. They brought in some from wide receivers.
Yeah. They brought in Zachariah Branch from USC. I thought he was, if not the best receiver, the best player in the portal. I love that guy. And I was dying for Alabama to get in on him. I just think he's just like cat-like quickness, just a lot of fun to watch. But now will Georgia get him the ball? Is the question. So
yeah, who's going to play quarterback for them?
Yeah,
we think it's going to be.
It's either going to be Gunnar Stockton or the other guy whose name starts with a P. I can't remember what his name is. And it's like Pugalowski or something.
Okay.
And a lot of people say
he should be playing for Penn State.
Well, a lot of people say he's going to be the guy, so we'll see. But Georgia, we can talk about deficiencies they have, but next year the schedule works out well for them because they were supposed to have somebody on the schedule and they dropped them. So I think they picked up like Marshall is their big non-con outside of Georgia Tech. They get Texas at home, Bama at home. They get Ole Miss at home. They do travel to Tennessee. They do travel to Auburn. But I mean, their schedule's much more manageable. No Clemson.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. There's your way too early top 25. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
Alexander City Arts Council is thrilled to bring exceptional performances to our community. February 13th, comedian Rex Havens performs his one-man, family-friendly show, Women and Children First. The season closes March 12th with Emmett Cahill performing Irish classics and the best of traditional Irish repertoire, as well as Broadway hits. Save the dates for Women and Children First on February 13th and Emmett Cahill on March 12th. Visit alexcityarts.org for ticket info.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Andrew McGreer at Dunning Roofing. At Dunning Roofing, we specialize in high-quality, premium roofs. We don't build roofs that just meet code requirements. We build quality roofs with premium materials that significantly exceed our competitors' warranties. We put money on your roof, not in our pockets. If you're looking for a top-quality roof, call Dunning Roofing today for your free quote at 256-307-7601 or visit us at dunningroofingal.com for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Going to take a break from all the excitement of sports. Do a little something here. Happy birthday today, Leslie Nielsen.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's been dead for a while, actually. But born on this day, 1926.
1926?
Yeah,
Whoa, wait a minute. How long has Leslie Nielsen been dead?
He died in, I think, 2010.
He died in 10?
I think so.
No, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he grew. He was still a ripe old age.
I mean, it's still pretty old, but I'm saying.
Well, it's not like he lived to 100. I mean.
But I mean, I was thinking, oh, he didn't die that long ago, and then I was like, wait a minute, he's born in 1926, a Depression era baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dude had white hair when he was.
Well, so does Taylor Hicks.
Well, yeah, but he's old.
So do you.
Well, it's getting there. I have salt and pepper hair.
Heavy on the salt.
Heavy on the salt. All right, Airplane. Maybe the funniest.
The funniest movie of all time is probably Caddyshack. Airplane's in the discussion for number 2.
I don't know. Yeah. I might argue Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. Wait a minute. Blazing Saddles is in the discussion.
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun's pretty awesome.
Pretty in there.
You got something in your mouth, Frank. No, the other side, and the whole banana fall.
The Poseidon Adventure. I love when he takes hand me that urine sample, Frank.
The Poseidon Adventure. You know what I always think about is there's a Simpsons episode where people were auditioning for some kind of role, and one of the guys comes up to audition. He says, Well, what experience do you have? You said, I played Panic Idiot number 3 on the Poseidon Adventure.
Oh, what was that?
The Simpsons, he said, I played Panicky Idiot number 3 on the Poseidon Adventure. Pretty funny.
Creep Show. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was creepy.
That's a good trivia question. Who did Leslie Nielsen murder in Creep Show, the movie Creep Show?
Oh, I don't know, but wasn't he the one that he buried somebody up to their neck in sand?
Yes, he did.
And then, like, he got buried up to his neck in sand or something?
They came back and buried him, yeah.
Who was it?
Ted Danson.
It was Ted Danson?
Yeah.
Wow. And they're watching it on TV for some reason?
He like set up a video camera so he could watch them.
Yeah.
It was he was married, I think, or it was his girlfriend. Ted Danson was having an affair with her, and so he killed his wife or girlfriend, or whoever it was, and then he buried Ted Danson up to his neck. And
why did Ted Danson come back to life? Because it was Creep Show?
Him, yeah.
But I mean, just because it was Creep Show, there wasn't like a nuclear
there was not
waste.
It was just for that.
That sort of stuff.
And I put this on there. I have no memory of him being in this movie whatsoever, but he was listed. He was in this movie. Soul Man.
Yeah, I kind of remember his being in that. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the guy who wore blackface like there was during the whole thing?
C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so there.
Well, Airplane's one. I mean.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then my other options are Creep Show,
Naked Gun, Poseidon
Naked
Adventure.
Guns too.
Of course. Poseidon Adventure, Creep Show, and Soul Man.
Yeah, Soul Man's last. I mean, it's like, it's so funny. Movies like Soul Man or a TV show like Bosom Buddies or Joanna Man.
Yeah.
Like they would get shot down. And really all it is just Tootsie. Like they have no shot. And it's so funny to see Tom Hanks, who was cut his teeth on Bosom Buddies.
Yeah.
And like now he's like captain of the Liberal Brigade. And it's like, hey man, you should know something about just jokes. I mean, it's like you dressed up like a woman for 7, 8, 9 years. I don't know how long Bosom Buddies was on. Couldn't have been on 9 years.
4 years.
How could you possibly get squeezed 9 years out of Bosom Buddies? There's got to be a better way to say that.
Yeah.
Boy, we need football back.
Yeah, we do, for sure. Well, yeah, those you go. All right, happy birthday today, Burt Reynolds.
Oh, God. He's dead.
Burt's been dead, yeah, for a couple 1936. Burt was born.
How long has Burt been dead?
I don't know, just like it's a good. I think 18. No,
Was he run over by a Trans Am?
I would say pre-1920. I mean,
wow, that would be
pre-2020.
That would be something.
Pre-2020. I'm thinking maybe, but I'm not sure.
But I know you're not going to have it in there, but you should have, because it wasn't even Burt Reynolds. It was Norm Macdonald doing Burt Reynolds on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
He goes, look at that. Let's check out this hat. It's bigger than the average hat. That's your opinion.
Smokey and the Bandit, which classic. Deliverance.
I'm going to tell you, man, Deliverance will freak you out no matter the age, no matter the film quality is pretty terrible. You know, the way they shot films back then, all pretty terrible. That movie will creep you out.
Yeah, I swore off whitewater rafting after that.
You swore off squealing after that.
Poor Ned Beatty.
God, and you know what? What's funny is like, if that's what you were after, and your two choices are Burt Reynolds and Ned Beatty, and you go for Ned Beatty, I'm not so much worried about what you did as to why you chose to go with who you did to do what you did.
Well, technically, it was the choices were between Ned Beatty and John Boyd. Burt
actually came and saved him.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
saved him.
It's a good point. And Ned wasn't like, He was Ned Beatty was Lex Luthor, Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor like sidekick. So, and he wasn't like that, bumbling idiot, I don't guess yet, kind of Ned Beatty.
Probably not, I guess.
He might have been. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, and that movie will freak you out. Yeah, it's like The Exorcist.
If you've ever been camping, it's like watching the Blair Witch. I get it. It seems, stupid now, but when you first saw that movie and you were like, yeah, everybody's been camping. Yeah, it'll get
well,
there.
and also the thing about, I know we're getting off on a tangent here, but the Blair Witch was so cool when it came out. It was like the first of its kind. And the spooky thing was, again, you never saw anything. Like, it's your imagination. And then, when the camera falls down and you just see the guy standing in the corner, like looking in the corner, like he's possessed.
Against the wall.
And you don't even see his face, so you don't even know what he's looking like.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Blair Witch was great. Now, the sequels stunk. But
did you watch the remake?
I didn't watch the remake. No.
Okay.
Was it good?
I didn't see it. I don't know. Let's see. The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. I mean, again, was good. Not great. I
think it's much better than the remake.
Oh, gotcha.
With Adam Sandler. Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run, so good. It got Dom DeLuise, who's so stupid. He's got
Daisy Duke.
He's got to be dead. Dom DeLuise had to die of a massive coronary years ago, right?
I'm certain he died in the 90s.
There's something, it had something to do with eating.
Yeah.
He choked. Something.
Choked on a ham sandwich. And Boogie Nights, of course.
Oh, he was so good in Boogie Nights.
I don't know, what do you put, the Smokey and the Bandit or Boogie Nights first?
Wow. I would rather watch Boogie Nights. I mean, there are people out there, my generation, who'd be like, Smokey and the Bandit, no-brainer. Huh? Well, no, because I would rather watch Boogie Nights because I think it's a better movie. Smokey and the Bandit is funny, and I thought you'd be taller and all that stuff. It's all funny. But Boogie Nights is the better movie, and it really is a good movie. And it's got a bunch of stars in that mother.
It does. That's true.
So, yeah, I would probably say we'll give the nod to Boogie Nights. What was the Striptease? He was also in Striptease.
Yeah.
And that movie wasn't, it was great because Demi Moore was great. But I remember reading that. I remember my mom gave me the book Striptease. She's like, this is the hottest book, going and, trying to encourage me to read, I guess. And she gave me the book. And I remember I started reading it. And I'll never forget a line in there. And that's when I put the book down and said, this book's going to be too stupid for me. Like, it was talking about the whole thing, and then it said, so-and-so having like a guy pulled a gun on another guy. And the guy that had the gun pulled on him, the narrator was like, so-and-so having the utmost respect for Colt Industries. Like, because it's a Colt. I was like, nope, stupid line. Once you get a stupid line in a book, and you're like, I can't take anything else you say seriously.
I would venture to say that it may have never, ever been said on television.
What?
In the history. My mom gave me this Striptease.
No, gave me the book Striptease. There is a clear mark of demarcation.
My mom gave me a book Striptease.
Gave me the book Striptease. It was the hottest selling book at the time. I was in college.
I don't think that sentence has ever been uttered on television.
Maybe not, and maybe I could have phrased it better, and if I was thinking, I would have said something different. But none of those things happened, except the first part where you said that was wrong. It's not how that went down.
Bye. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more, if we're still about, right after this.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
The new owners of Stillwater's Country Club want to welcome you to play the area's premier course at Stillwater's with our new rates. Now, play for only $35 per 18 during the week and only $40 for the weekend. Stillwater's Golf is ready to give you the area's best golf experience, and many upgrades are coming, including a lighted range and course expansion. Meet the new staff and enjoy $35 per 18 Monday through Friday and $40 on the weekends. All at Stillwater's Country Club in Dadeville.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union blazes new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much. For all of you out there being with us tonight, I know it's been a struggle. But Auburn hangs on.
Our shoes.
Auburn goes on to beat Vanderbilt 80-68. Florida takes care of Mississippi State 81-68.
That is a huge win for Florida. Let me stop you.
Okay.
Florida, they lost Condon. I think he had a big game against Auburn, didn't he?
He did.
And they still go to the hump and win. That place ain't easy.
No.
And they get pretty raucous. So, yeah, that's a big win for Florida, especially coming off beating the number 1 team in the country at their place. And I bet you any Florida on earth would have said, if we just get out of here 1-1, if we get out of here 0-2 and not embarrassed, we're good. Yeah. And they go 2-0. It's a pretty big deal.
True. Kentucky goes into Tennessee. No, I take that back. Kentucky hosts Tennessee and wins 75-64. Alabama up. I got 25-20.
27-20 now with 7 minutes left in the first.
And Georgia's up 28-19 on Texas A&M.
Okay, that's big. Big for Georgia's opportunity to make it to the NCAA tournament. I feel like
it's early. It's yet early.
It's early, but that's a 9-point lead early. I mean, that's a big deal. Look, I didn't think Georgia would have to lead at all. So, I mean, yeah, pretty big deal.
Okay. Well, there you go.
How about that?
Okay.
You got a little aggressive there.
I'm telling you. All right, I got one more left here. Sheryl Crow.
Okay.
On this day.
My favorite mistake?
I always like kind of Sheryl Crow.
I have no problem with Sheryl Crow.
Okay. She dated Lance
Armstrong
for many years. And then think she knew he was a fraud?
I bet you, because I think they broke up before his fraudness was found out. So I bet you she enjoyed when it did come out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying she knew or didn't know, but I'm saying, like, they broke up. So, I mean, it probably wouldn't, I don't think it was very amicable, if I remember. So when he was finally exposed, and fill in your own joke there too.
I think that this is just, we need to.
Also, when he's exposed, there's a little less exposure.
This is the most. We could take so many things out of context on tonight's show.
Sexually.
Just cut it out.
Stay tuned tonight for a sexually charged Sports Blitz.
All right, Sheryl Crow, born on this day, 1962.
Sheryl Crow's 10 years older than me.
Sheryl Crow's 63.
Jesus.
Can you believe that? Man,
That's
she looks
crazy.
good to be 63.
She looks fantastic for 62.
She does.
I mean, she looks. If you told me she was 48, I'd buy it. If you told me she was 45, I could dig it.
I believe it. Yeah.
I mean, you get in the 30s, okay, I'm gonna start questioning, but like in the 40s, yeah.
I would believe it. Sure. All right. Every day is a winding road.
That's fine.
If it makes you happy.
I like that song.
I do too. All I want to do is have a little fun.
That's a sort of a
it's a cheeky. You know.
Yeah, okay.
How about Strong Enough?
Are you strong enough to be my man? I don't like that song. It's just,
don't like that one.
Nah. Because I hate it when women are like that. Because I'm like, well, I mean, how strong do I have to be? I mean, are you telling me you're a lot to deal with? I mean, I'm 52. I'm not looking to deal with a lot now. I got my own set of kids and problems.
That's right.
You know, I know I'm not strong enough to deal with your issues, all the things I got personally, and all these other children I have. So I'm not.
Isn't that a lot on you though, too?
Okay, it is. But I'm saying you're asking me this now.
I see. So yeah, get that note. All right, my favorite mistake.
I like that song a lot.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, that's my favorite of the bunch.
Now, I got Picture here, too.
Is that with her and Kid Rock?
Her and Kid Rock. I like that one.
It's a good song, but I mean, I it's not as good as, what'd I say?
My favorite mistake.
My favorite mistake.
So we're going with my favorite mistake number one, I'm assuming here.
And then, I mean, I need the list.
All I want to do?
No, not all I want to do.
If it makes you happy.
If it makes you
Which
happy,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
If it makes you happy. Where are these? Oh, here they are. All right. If it makes you happy, and then, and then every day is a winding road, because that's sort of like a driving song, you know?
It is, yeah.
It's like that Life is a Highway song, you know, but somebody else sang it that was kind of a goober or whatever, not a big name. And then Rascal Flatts took it and ran with it.
Okay, yeah.
But Life is a Highway is sort of like self-explanatory. And yeah, like if you were just telling somebody that, like, yeah, they're ups and downs. Okay, what are you talking about? But when you put it to a good beat, some good music, you're like, you know, life's got some up and downs. Now you're sort of in it. That's how Every Day is a Winding Road is.
That's true. I'll take that. But yeah, I mean, you know, she's got some good ones.
She's not dead.
She's not dead. Not at all. All right, we're going to take one final break, and then we'll be back with one final segment of Sports Blitz Live on this rainy Tuesday night.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are.
I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. It's been a grind, I'm not going to lie. On this day, Luke, 1990, where were you?
I was a
James Buster
junior?
Douglas.
Yeah, I was probably a junior in high
knocked
school.
out Mike Tyson in Tokyo, Japan. One of the biggest upsets in sports history.
I remember it. And Mike Tyson was looking for his mouthpiece, remember?
Remember?
And it wasn't even on TV.
It was on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had a satellite, and I got the feed from it free.
It was late.
It was a great fight. We had a bunch of people over. We were watching it. And Tyson knocked him down. Douglas down early.
I remember.
Maybe the third or fourth round, and you thought, well, yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But he just kept. I mean, I remember the setup from it. It was like, Buster Douglas his mother had died, the year before, and he had gone through these tragedies, and he was a nobody, and high in the world, he worked hard to get this opportunity to do this, and basically it was just kind of like he was being thrown to the wolves or something. But he was in great shape, and it was no fluke. I mean, he just beat him. He beat him to a pulp.
Wasn't Tyson also going through all the Robin Givens stuff at the time?
Seemed like there
a lot
was
of that was in there.
When was Tyson not going through something?
Yeah, I mean, he had problems anyway, but he was the dude.
He was the dude, but he got knocked out, and he was never the same, really.
No, he really wasn't. I mean, then it was like he was biting ears, and
yeah.
And now he's wearing buttless chaps for shorts to the boxing ring. Like what's going on there?
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see his buttless boxing shorts or whatever that he wore, like after the interview, after the Jake Paul thing, like somebody interviewed him, he turned around to walk away, and he's got on it's like nothing. I mean, it's just like there's Mike.
Okay. Now I missed that one. Whew. Thank goodness.
Yeah. It's in that striptease book I got.
Oh my goodness. Please don't take me down that road again. Yeah. So any areas of grievances before we close this thing out?
No, I mean, I mean, it seems like I was upset about something this weekend, and it may have passed me by. It was probably something my daughter did or something.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I will go back to, my daughter, she played in a basketball tournament, and she had 24 points. A girl on the other team, in the 8-year-olds now, a girl on the other team had 30 points. The final score was 42-38. The other team, and so I'm really proud of her. But what has happened is like a lot of folks have told us, well, now she's gonna they're gonna be people like looking to get her and on this team and do this because she's only 8, and she just knows go out there and shoot and make it, and and it's about to get a lot more serious. And there's part of me that's like,
they got a transfer portal to Little League now.
Yeah, I mean, as part of me is like, I mean, my wife was trying to talk to me about it, and I was thinking, well, see, when I was growing up, we had Little League, and then we had an all-star team. And, yeah, I made the all-star team, but I knew, I wasn't the scorer. I was a guy that rebounded and blocked shots. And then we'd go to the Burger King tournament in Sylacauga, and we'd try and win that. And we always tried to beat Atala when, we were 12 years old, and it seemed like they drive to the game because they were all, they all had, leg hair and everything. And we're like, where'd y'all get all this? We don't even – and, that's what we did. We didn't have any of this travel team – got to have extra practice during soccer season stuff. We just played basketball until it was soccer season or baseball season. Then you did that until it was football season. Then you did that until it was basketball season. And, and now everything is so compartmentalized. You've got to have, you do basketball and that's what you do. That's what you do all year long. And I loved basketball as much as anybody growing up. And that was my sport in high school. And that's really all I played, but my high school didn't have a football team. My high school didn't have a baseball team. We had basketball and we had soccer. Now, we probably had some other things I didn't even know about, but there weren't many of them. We had tennis. So I'm just like, I don't know, I just hate that at 8, 9 years old, people are already like, yeah, you're just going to play basketball. Or, yeah, you're just going to play football. Or, yeah, you're just going to play baseball. It feels like you should play a lot of stuff and figure all that out later. Because 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old, you should be having fun with all of it and not having the pressure and dealing with what I talked about earlier about these crazy nuthead parents that are out there fighting referees. Give me a break.
And cue Luke fighting a referee on the news next week. So,
hey, I didn't cuss a single ref at during Sealis stuff.
That's good.
I will say this: when I coached Little League before I ever had children. Before I had any children, before I was ever married the first time, I coached Little League here in Ellick City. And we won the Kentucky Fried Chicken tournament, by the way, just to let you know. But I did get thrown out of a game one time because I was I thought there was one kid on the other team that was sort of getting some cheap shots in on where you shouldn't be getting cheap shots. And I finally told the ref, you're either blind or stupid, just let me know which one it is. And he threw me out. And he should have, and I deserved it. And I was an idiot. And that was the last time I did anything like that.
On that note, we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He's Luke Robinson. I'm Andy Graham. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Wintertime in the South is mild compared to other parts of the country, but we still tend to be less active and spend more time indoors. Show your heart some love this winter by getting it checked out at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.